I'm with Barber Rides. We're gonna swap bikes. He's gonna ride my 350, and I'm gonna ride his 450 RL Honda. Take it for our first test ride and first impressions. I've never been on one of these, so kind of excited to see how it feels. Oh, those stick pegs are nice. Right away. It does. Ooh. It sounds good. He's got a Yoshimura exhaust on it, and what's he got? A Vortex ECU on it. It's got go. Definitely got go. The suspension feels really good. He said his is sprung all the way up. Yeah, baby. The suspension's really nice. It feels pretty plush, but it's got nice spring. It's just not super stiff on the bottom end. Not like my KTM 790, where it's aggressively stiff on the low end. But yeah, it feels pretty good. I've always been interested in one of these, and I think they're pretty cool. A lot of people complain about the price, but if you're gonna get like a race type dirt bike, like you're close to 10,000. I don't care. And then when you put a plate on it, like, you know, it's just, they gotta do a lot of stuff to that, make that happen. So, and yeah, it's different than like because the 300L is just made for, it's not as aggressive, it's not as race type, so that's why it's cheaper and it just doesn't have the horsepower. He has a Vortex ECU on it. You basically got to put ECU on it because with the EPA restrictions and the way it comes stock, it flames out a lot stock wise. So a Vortex or another aftermarket ECU fixes that flame out problem that it has when it comes stock. But I think this is very competitive to like the KTMs, the 500s, the 350s. It's a nice offering. Doesn't have a lot of engine brake. It springs, baby. It'll get up quick. It'll get up in the air quick. I like it. But this is a quality suspension. This is race suspension. This is why this bike costs 10 grand. And it's nice to have the opportunity to like try to ride it off road, which is cool. I appreciate Seth letting me take it for a ride. Much appreciated. It's a nice bike. It's a nice bike. It didn't feel super tall. I mean, it's tall, but it didn't feel like super tall. It felt like 34, 35 instead of like 37. Because KTMs are like 37. But I like the engine. The engine's got pep. It's nice throttle response. We'll take it out on the road, feel it out, see what it feels like. It does feel a little buzzy. It's not as quite as smooth as I thought it would be, but single cylinder, it's pretty decent. You have to do those mods pretty much. I've heard a lot of people complain about them stock, but like you have to do that to all of them. The KTMs you have to do it to, right? Just any dirt bike with a plate on it that comes so restricted up, you got to open them up. This is just idle, right? It doesn't want to flame out. It feels pretty good. Nice throttle response. The seat is your typical dirt bike piece of plywood or piece of 2x4, right? I'm really interested in one of these. I was tempted to buy one. I really want to buy one. And like, I just want a Honda, I think. But this is like Honda's performance version of a dual sport, and it's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. I wish they'd make a 450 Rally. I know people say they make one. They make one for Dakar racers, but the public can't buy that shit. And yeah, there's kits out there, but they're a couple grand, right? Like if Honda would just make a version of 450 RL, it'd be sweet. But I think it's a pretty cool bike. I really like to have one. It feels good. I'm off in the thick shit. Look out. I don't know what tires he's got on here. It's nice. It's a fun bike. The suspension, I really like the suspension. It's quality suspension on here. And of course you got Honda's quality reliability, right? You know, the service intervals are smaller on this bike, and a lot of people complain about that, but that's where the performance comes from. And I want performance. This bike has performance, but it does have those shorter service windows. I think like 500 miles. I think on the KTMs people are pushing that over 1,500, 1,000 miles. It's nice. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. It's a pretty nice bike. Would I buy one? I don't know. I'd be willing to. I need more time to think about if I'd actually buy one, but I definitely wouldn't say no, I wouldn't buy one. 'Cause they're pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. I'm not sure the gearing on it. I think he's got stock gearing, but man, it wants to go higher up. I like the gearing ratio. For me, for what I do, it's nice. It's got some torque on the bottom end, but it's got some higher speed up on the top end. It's got pull. Give it throttle and it just goes all the time. I really like it. It's an impressive motorcycle. And like, I don't think the price is that bad compared to, you know, KTM motorcycles and other race type dual sports. Alright, I'm gonna take it out on the road. $70, $75, $80. That's pretty impressive. It'll run 65 easy. And it did 80 pretty good. Didn't sound like it was working too hard to do 80. Dude, that was fun. This feels springier. I feels like I get it off the ground easier than that. Yeah, but that's a ride on Seth Barber Rides Honda CRF 450 RL. That's pretty cool bike, dude. I like it. And it comes with LEDs, right? Yeah. He's got the Yoshimura exhaust. Tidy tail. It's a pretty cool bike, dude. I had a lot of fun. It's pretty impressive, dude. I like the suspension. The suspension's nice. But yeah, that's my first impressions. First impressions on a 450 RL. I really like it. It's a pretty cool motorcycle. I like the motor. I like the suspension. It feels pretty good. It just feels slightly heavier than my 350, but it doesn't feel like crazy top heavy or anything. A lot of fun. I like the steg pegs too. Those are pretty cool. Hope you like it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Appreciate all the support. Don't forget to subscribe. I will catch you guys later.